New training footage of Islam Makhachev ahead of a potential fight with Della Maddalena has the MMA world buzzing, as fans react to the champion's intense preparation and dangerous form. Boxing glove fire.
Islam's fucking huge. He's a threat everywhere. Like, he's big, dude.
Yeah.
When I interview him in the cage afterwards, I'm always like, how?
Really?
How are you 155?
Yeah.
How?
I know.
How?
I know.
He's thick as f. He's got a giant back.
Yeah.
And when he gets a hold of guys, it's like he's just got this leverage. He's big. That's about as big as you can get and keep doing that. He could do everything. Like, he knocked down Oliveira. He had Oliveira in real trouble. The Volkanovski head kick, though, and it was also the way he set it up. He kept kicking to the body. Oh, my God.
I think people just assume that all he's going to do is wrestle. But then when you see him go in there and outstrike somebody, he even boxed with Poirier.
He is the truth. I was always impressed with him. Islam is scary standing up. Like, in the beginning of his career, he was really good at wrestling, not as good at standing up, but now he's just as good at standing up. His striking has leveled up significantly. Like, his striking is much, much better than it was when he was younger. He's a threat everywhere. Like, when he knocked out Volk with that high kick.
Yeah.
If I was in Volk's corner, I would say, no.
I know.
You're not taking it. You've been fucking drinking beer and eating kebabs. Like, there's no way you're taking this fight on 10 days' notice. Because you look at the slide that his career took, right? He arguably won that first fight with Islam. Very close fight, loses a decision. Super close fight with the pound for pound best fighter in the world, 10 pounds up. Everybody's like, Volk might be the best pound for pound fighter in the world. And then he takes that fight on 10 days' notice, gets head kicked.
Clips show Islam Makhachev chaining wrestling into suffocating top control while drilling nonstop with Khabib Nurmagomedov in his corner. As Joe Rogan notes his unique timing, feinting level changes, lifting guards with a straight left, then instantly shooting to the hips before opponents can reset. Martial arts uniform fire.
About how heavy he is, but in reality I was heavier than him. If you look the numbers, I was 181 and he was 178. I didn't feel he that strong at all, at least on the pressure, you know. But like you say, I cannot say that because I feel like he let me get up. I rushed trying to get on my feet, and unfortunately he got a very tight position. I was very impressed. No excuses, Islam is a great fighter, but I just feel frustrated about myself making such a amateur
155, and you're like, I'm tired of these little people coming up to fight me.
Not make sense. Give the chance third time from the some guy. Okay, I beat the Volkanovski twice. People still say you beat small guy.
Yeah,
he's not your weight division. If I beat Tapura, it's gonna be the same. Everybody gonna talk same. If I
go
up, takes a second belt. This is a legacy.
But you know, one of your friends, you guys are teammates, you and Bilal.
Honestly, Bilal killed my plan, you know.
Yeah.
We become like close friend. We have same manager. Nobody would know what's gonna be in the future, you know. I just have same dream.
Yeah.
I want to be double champ. I want to be like you know. Champ. How many? 11 times defend your belt.
You're on your way, man. You're on your way.
And then he comes into the fight with Topuria, 4 months later or something like that? Compromised, clearly. You got head kicked, shin to the dome, stopped, unconscious, and then you've got to fight the scariest boxer in the division, and you get knocked out. You know, and so then this big slide.
I think that was his biggest mistake, right?
Huge mistake.
You just want to do
two mistakes. One, you don't fight Islam on 10 days' notice. You just can't. That just doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. He's so hard to beat. He's so good. He's as good as it gets. He's as good as it gets. He's the most complete fighter on the roster. When you KO Volkanovski like that, you know, and then you choke out Dustin Poirier like that guy, that's the full thing, right? He can head kick you. He could strike with you and knock you. Knocked out Gleison Tibau with one shot standing. Yeah. You know, he can knock you out, like, legitimately. And he could still strangle you. And he can still smother you. Like, it's the perfect combination. That is such a crazy strategy. It's like you're out-manning every guy you fight. Just out-grappling him, out-striking him. Most people try to be like a specialist.
Exactly.
Right?
A lot of those really good grappler guys, they're strong, definitely, but they're really strong at closing up all of the space. I feel like there's two types of being strong in grappling. There's being strong in I don't let you move me. And then there's strong in I get to move you really good. And the good guys get to do.
Fighters and analysts agree that Islam Makhachev doesn't just secure takedowns. He drains opponents of hope with suffocating rides, crushing shoulder pressure, and seamless transitions. Now dangerous on the feet as well. He patiently fights southpaw with calf kicks, body kicks, and a sharp jab before forcing opponents to the fence where his clinch and wrestling take over. That's why his matchup with Jack Della Maddalena is so compelling. Maddalena brings elite boxing, brutal body shots, and lethal counters in open space. But Makhachev's relentless pressure and cage control could turn every striking exchange into a grinding wrestling battle. Boxing glove wrestlers #hashfire.
Arman Sarukian, I pulled out of the fight because of back issues. They replaced him. Money Moicano stepped in. The name gives it away, Money Moicano. The guy will have got a massive pay bump for taking the fight on short notice like that. Massive risk for him, massive reward, but also even bigger risk for Makhachev because no one thought he was going to lose that fight at all. Nobody thought he was going to lose it. There was a lot on the line there for Makhachev. And he did what true champions do, fight anybody. Got the fight to the floor, finished him with the dash choke. It's what a lot of people expected, including me, but he could have lost the fight just because it's an MMA fight, do you know what I mean? Now we're seeing Dana White coming out and saying the pound for pound #1 in the world, Islam Makhachev.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
But as we all know, to me, pound for pound is a load of made up stuff. So I don't look into that, but it's just funny how he's kind of jumped ship now from John Jones to Islam.
Best lightweight in the world by far with his performances. I have no problem saying that. His hands are getting better. He just outstruck Poirier. He can out-grapple anybody. He truly is doing it for more than just the punches, kicks, knees, and elbows and being the UFC champ and the glitz and glam. He's got something deeper that he's fighting for. He's fighting for an entire village, an entire portion of the country, an entire religion, and an entire legacy up for himself and also Habib.
Stylistically, the matchup is pure tension. Jack Della Maddalena's crisp boxing and counterpunching against Islam Makhachev's lead control and suffocating grappling. Analysts say Maddalena's best chance comes early, digging to the body, catching level changes with uppercuts, and keeping the fight in open space. But as the rounds pass, the edge shifts toward Makhachev, whose takedowns, relentless rides, and ground pressure can snowball into dominant control, heavy strikes, and submission threats. Boxing glove wrestlers #hash.
Event?
Yeah, the finish.
Incredible. I mean, you got two of the absolute best in the world in their prime facing off, and I went up into the octagon after Habib said, I told you he's the best in the world. To beat Oliveira is one thing, to beat him the way he beat him is another, and as fast as he did it, he looked incredible tonight. You know, the big question going in tonight was how is he going to deal with the pressure? He dealt with it just fine.
Who do you think should be next for Ilya? Who should be next for Ilya? 55 has always been so cloudy at the top. Maybe Gaethje. I think him going to 170 to fight Islam, if Islam wins, is a stretch. You know, Islam's big, man. I've never seen Ilya in person, but he seems smaller. I know obviously he can knock anyone out. I do think if they fight, Ilya can knock anybody out from 45 to 170. He has the skills, the power, the technique, and but we've just never seen him in there with somebody that big and somebody with that caliber of wrestling. But I think he should defend the 55 title a few times before that's talked about. But we'll see.
Bilal, I mean, he was the 170 champ. Islam's the 155 champ. They're very, very close in their abilities. This isn't like Islam's going to walk up to 170 and just walk through Jack Della Maddalena.
How do you think Islam does at welterweight?
Who knows? I heard he's not going to be any smaller than Jack come fight night. But 55 to 70, that's a little bit different than 35 to 45. But when your skill level is that high, as Islam's is, it'll be interesting if he goes in there and tries to shoot on Jack. Jack stuffs him and gets in his face. But Islam's striking is so underrated. Islam could put the hands on.
Many fans predict a mid-fight finish for Islam Makhachev, either a suffocating TKO against the fence or an arm triangle choke once Jack Della Maddalena begins to fade. The opposing view is that Maddalena's sharp boxing could change everything if he lands clean early, but overcoming Makhachev's relentless pressure, elite conditioning, and grappling control, sharpened in camp with Khabib Nurmagomedov, makes that task extremely difficult. Boxing glove wrestlers #hash.
If he wins, they're gonna make that fight happen against Islam.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, if Jack Della Maddalena wins, then Jack is the new welterweight champion. And, you know, maybe he fights Islam. That makes a lot of sense. The problem with Islam fighting Bilal is that they train together. And I think, you know, they'd kind of
How many guys we see fighting between each other that they used to train before?
Oh, I agree. I mean, I think they should fight.
Yeah, they should fight.
I definitely think they should fight. I think Khabib doesn't like that idea.
Yeah.
They have 500 fighters on in the roster at least.
I think Islam's the match. I think that's what they want to do. Is that he had a good run at lightweight, and I think he's keen to try and capture a second belt. So I think that's the fight that they're keen to make. And I think it's a good story. You know, Makhachev fought Bulkier, and I like the matchups. You know, styles make fights, and I like the different challenges that every different fighter presents. So I'm just excited to get in there. Islam Makhachev is a better version of Bilal. The striking on the feet, I think it's easier than Bilal, because he'll stay in one stance. He's more traditional style. But yeah, he's the pound for pound number one. So it's a tough fight. But I guess we'll watch all his fights again, make a solid game plan, and then just start working at it from pretty much now. I'm going to start working on ways to beat him, different ways to get back to my feet, stuff in the takedown. But I'm pretty confident I can get this one done.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hard fight. Honestly, it's gonna be. I saw his fight against Bilal. He's good, man. He's good. When he beginning fighting in UFC, he had problem with the wrestling, but now he's improved because I see he training a lot with the wrestlers, with the grapplers, and that's why he's a champion right now, and he's good everywhere. But we will see who is the best fighter in the world. It's the best time, you know. I was waiting for Tsarukyan because he have also very good win streak, and like people waiting for this fight. He was pulled out in the last fight, and I don't see some interesting fight in my division. That's why I will make decision to move up, because now they have new champion, a very good fighter, Della Maddalena, and it fight make me training every day, make me wake up early morning.
Obviously, we have JDM. We have JDM versus Islam Makhachev. We all know that they're more likely they're going to fight. Their fight's going to take place October 20th. I don't know where the location is going to be, but they're going to fight in October.
The MMA community is echoing what Joe Rogan has been saying. Islam Makhachev looks terrifying right now. His training footage suggests a fighter in peak form, fully prepared to dominate Jack Della Maddalena, defend his belt, and once again prove why many consider him the most complete fighter in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Martial arts uniform.